something? See? Like old times.
So I'm going to play what the character is talking about.
Barging in here, trying to figure out if we're up to something. It's nice. Are you up to something? See? Like old times. What? You. Barging in here, trying to figure out if we're up to something. It's nice. Are you up to something? See? Like old times. What?
All right. So at frame, the character is in a standing position at frame 1. Also, I'm going to move over to the right, move the camera forward, move the timeline forward. You'll notice that the camera is zooming in. So what we can also have is that the camera zooms from frame 1 to 26. So this is me pretty much looking at the animatic and now taking note, making an observation as to what information I can get from the animatic. So I observe that at frame number 1, the character is standing with his hands behind his side, and I can also put eyes open. So his eyes are open at frame number 1 and he is standing. We also know that the camera zooms in from frame 1 to 26. All right, let's continue. Now I'm observing that frame number 24, the eyes close. So the eyes close at frame number 24. I'm pretty much having QuickTime open and I'm looking at the frame numbers when specific, because when you're in a studio and you're given an animatic, it is the animator's job to follow the animatic to the T. But not really to the T, but he wants to follow the main storytelling drawing. He can add additional stuff to help to enhance the animation, but specific information such as when the eyes open, when they close, when the camera zooms in, this is my method of accurately taking note of when specific events happen throughout the animatic. When I go forward, all right, here's another thing that you should know. You will also observe that the mouth is changing along the animatic. So for now, we're not going to pose the mouth in accordance with the animatic, because when we reach the lip sync will determine what mouth shapes we use. So we're going to ignore the different positions of the mouth. We're only going to focus on the eyes and the body movement of the character, and when the camera zooms in and zoom out and stuff like that. So now let us look now at frame number 61. He shifts over to the right with hands in the air. So we can also make note of that as well. So he moves to the right with hands in ear, or hands in ear. Hands up. Let's say hands up. And this happens at frame number 61. Remember, when you're doing your posing, you're going to take note of the different events that happen at certain intervals. I'm doing it because I'm starting from scratch. That's why I am taking note of the different events. All right, so let's continue. The mouth opens, but we're not going to pay any mind or pay any attention to the mouth. Continuing to move forward. All right. So notice that at frame number 120, Right here, it says 120. The arms are folded. So arms folded at frame 120. All right, let's continue. Moving along the timeline. And notice, his eyes are still closed. All right. So now we see where the eyes open halfway at frame. So eyes open halfway. Or so let's say eyes open. I just put half. I can see that his eyes are not fully open. And this happens at frame 153. We go to frame 153 to show that the eyes open halfway. All right, there's another movement as well. Notice that he shifts over slightly to the left. And this happens at frame 157. So body shift left. And this happens at frame 157. All right, let's continue. All right, there's another movement. So notice now that the eyes are now fully open. Remember, they're moving from being half closed to when the eyes open fully. So we're going to say eyes open full. And we also notice that arm at side this happens at frame 183. Now let's continue. All right, the next major key pose happens at frame 220. Arms move. So this happens at frame 220. And basically, when you're taking your own notes, you can use your own descriptions. I'm using my descriptions as it relates to the key poses or the events. I'm going to label over here as events. And over here, it happens at frame 220. Move along. So at frame 249, we see a different position. But also notice the eyes move from fully open to half closed at 249. So I have